set, take.
Hello, I am Willie Jones, President of Women for Progress of Mississippi, and we want to invite you again to a grand Kwanzaa celebration. This year, it will be virtual, December 26th through January 1st, each evening at 6 p.m. We're so proud again to be partnering with Pam Jr. and 2 Mississippi museums for this great celebration. We want you to invite your family, friends, and loved ones to sit with us in celebration of this grand event of family and communities. So join us each evening at 6 p.m. December 26th to January 1st on our Facebook page at Women for Progress MS.
Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome back for another fine episode of Woman to Woman with Joanne, the talk show. So you guys, I want to introduce to you the beautiful and lovely and athletic and energetic Miss Valerie Grace. And she is the owner and founder of Bounce Back. And she is the author of Bounce Back, a fitness journey. So y'all help me welcome Miss Valerie. Welcome, Miss Valerie. Look, I'm waiting for the studio audience to say welcome. Yeah. It's coming. Watch.
Right. Well, thank you so much for having me today.
Yes, I'm so excited you decided to come and share your journey with us. I can't wait to hear all about it. I've seen your videos of you jumping rope to the music and stuff, and I'm like, man, look at this lady do her thing. So I'm excited to be able to have a conversation with you today. So on Woman to Woman with Joanne, of course, our first and foremost question is, tell us where you were born and raised.
I was born in Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Moved here when I was 3 years old and raised here since then. So I really don't remember a lot about Memphis, Tennessee.
Because Mississippi is home.
Right.
Yes. Right. So tell me your experience growing up here in Mississippi. How has Mississippi been treating you?
Well, it's been good. I mean, because basically that's all I know, my friends and stuff here. And growing up, I've always been into things as far as the band, the track team. I was played softball, little basketball. Just always, my mom used to always say, you're always in something.
Always into something.
Yeah, kept my time occupied. Yeah.
Awesome. So tell me about your family and everything. I see you have a husband and all of that. Talk to us about your family.
Okay, my husband Edward, we've been married almost 25 years. My oldest daughter, she'll be 30 years old next year. Awesome. My middle child will be 23 in January. And I have a 12-year-old.
12-year-old. Did you start all over like they say?
I most certainly did. I had him at 41 years old.
Woo! Awesome. Well, he has kept you energized, I'm sure.
Yes, he has. Yeah, and still is. So.
Yes. So look, was he behind the motivation of getting this bounce back started?
No, the second one was. My second child, when I got ready to have him, I was 3 pounds from 200.
Wow.
Yes. And so shortly after he was born, well, not shortly, by the time he was 5 years old, I realized, like, it's not going to fall off. I'm going to have to do something.
Right.
So I became a runner. And I ran. I would start off as a jog, or a walk, then turn to a jog, and then turn to running, because the more I did, the more I wanted to do. Right. Because I saw results from it. So my goal at that time, I was like, okay, I'm going to be in tip-top shape by the time I turned 40. And I was. Awesome. Tip-top shape. Awesome. And then I got pregnant at 41. And everything went straight downhill.
Oh, no.
Yep. So it was another uphill battle after that.
Yes. So, Look, for me, growing up, I had this godmom. Her name was Evelyn. We would always be at her house, and she taught us girly stuff and all of this stuff. And she always taught us to walk with our stomach held in. So every time I got pregnant, that was my time to just let it all go.
Let it go. Let it go. Yeah.
So I was like, whew, I can let it go.
And you can eat whatever you want to.
Yes. And nobody mess with you. You can eat ice cream and pickles or whatever your thing is.
Right.
When you're pregnant. So I understand the downhill.
Right.
But talk to us about the uphill again, because of course you're not.
No.
Talk to us about. I remember I was reading on your website, and I think I'm jumping ahead of myself, but I was reading on the website where you said you started jump roping when running was not an option.
Okay.
Why was running not an option?
Okay, what happened when I was a runner and I got pregnant with Joshua, that's the baby. I couldn't run for a while because I was pregnant. So by the time I had him and got ready to start back running, I had lost some muscle mass in my quads and stuff.
Okay.
So what apparently was an injury that was already there that I didn't feel, I felt at that time.
Right.
And I ended up going to the knee doctor and he said, you have a midline meniscus tear.
Oh, wow.
Yes. He said, so the way to strengthen that is to build muscle in your quads, hamstrings, and calves. So he had me to go up and down stairs on the tips of my feet, up and down stairs, up and down, till I built those muscles up. But he also told me that I couldn't jump rope anymore because my heels could not hit the ground.
Right.
So sprints, yes. Long distance running, no. So I was on Facebook one day and I saw this lady jumping rope. Her name was Bernadette Henry. She's always been my inspiration. She lives in New York.
Right.
And I was like, I want to jump like that one day. And so that was my goal. I'm always setting goals for myself. So it's like, I'm going to do that. So I ended up joining this group called the Jump Rope Fitness Community. They're on Facebook. And they have, when I first joined, it was only like 3,000 or 4,000 members. They have over 70,000 members now.
Wow.
And so many testimonies of people losing weight. So my goal was, since I love music and I was in the band at Jackson State and stuff.
Jackson State.
Yes.
We didn't get to the college question. But
Right. And I just started patting my foot to the music. It's like, I'm going to try to jump. And it just evolved from there. Jumping to the beat of music, I love it. It keeps me motivated.
Yes.
So that's where I couldn't run anymore came from. I couldn't run anymore. So I had to find another avenue to lose the weight. And I actually lost the weight.
Right.
And I also found out I lost it a lot faster jumping rope than I did running. Because 10 minutes of jump rope is like 30 minutes of running on the treadmill at 6.5.
Really?
Yes.
I'm going to get me a jump rope.
I lost the weight 3 times faster.
Really?
The first month, I didn't even change my diet. I lost 9 pounds.
Wow.
The second month, I took out bread. I lost 12 pounds.
Wow.
That's 21 pounds in 2 months.
Just jumping rope.
Jumping rope to music. I didn't even time it. I just put a song on and just jump. And I like to dance. That's why I end up calling it jump rope dancing. Yeah.
I'm coming to a class. You're going to have to tell us how we can get to that class.
I will.
But that is awesome. So how did you, I know you said that the doctor said you couldn't even jump rope anymore. So did you jump rope a different way?
No, he told me I couldn't run anymore.
Okay.
Couldn't run anymore.
Right.
I had another knee injury later on. And that was from after I started teaching classes because I had one of my friends who owned a gym and she saw me jumping rope one day and she said, don't you want to come teach? I was like, I don't think so. But she said, but it'll be good. I think you do good. So I reluctantly went on and did it. And that one teaching class turned into 8 different classes I taught.
Wow.
Yes, which spanned from jump rope to spin to step to boxing to whatever I decided to do in the class. They enjoyed it. I do a boxing hit class. In fact, it's tonight.
Awesome.
But yeah, and the jump rope just turned to that, and people loved it. And kids, I also invite people with kids. They can bring their kids too, as long as they're able to jump and not fall. So I say about 7 years old.
Right.
So yeah, we have a ball.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about VR Love. Tell us about your time at good old Jackson State there.
Well, when I first initially went to Jackson State, my mom, who was a nurse, wanted someone in the family to be a nurse as well. But I was already into music by that time. I had been playing clarinet since I was 5th grade.
Awesome.
And so I had music scholarships to go anywhere. I ended up at Jackson State, and I wanted to be in the band so bad. And I ended up being in the band and majoring in nursing, in biology at the time. And so music was more of an outlet for me.
Right.
I enjoyed being anybody who has kids that need an outlet. Music is a good way to do it. Music, any kind of extracurricular activity is good as long as they're keeping their studies up.
Right.
But band was one for me, and I enjoyed my time there.
Awesome.
we just had an amazing time there at Jackson State. Of course, I was only there for about 2.5 years, and I transferred to Mississippi College.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. This is wonderful.
Yes.
Okay, y'all, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with more Woman to Woman with Joanne.
My name is Amika Coleman, and I am the founder and CEO of Strands of Faith. Strands of Faith is a faith-based hair and beauty lifestyle brand, and we focus on providing moisturizing products for dry hair textures. Our products are geared towards naturals who have dry textures and they need to replenish the moisture in their hair, so they offer a great moisture balance. And also for those naturals who want to grow their hair to long lengths, our products are great because they offer length retention. We currently have 9 products. 6 products are featured in our Holy Grail collection. That's our main collection that focuses on moisture. And then we have 3 additional products that were added later: a shampoo bar, a sealing oil, and a moisturizing styling custard. Our products are handmade in small batches, and we use quality ingredients. And our goal is to create our products to be as clean as possible, so we don't use harsh ingredients. And also, I test each product on my hair first before they're ever placed in the hands of the consumer. We pray over each of our products, and they're made with a ton of love and a lot of faith.
Okay, you guys, we're back with the lovely Miss Valerie Grace. So, Miss Valerie, tell us, what was your motivation behind writing your book, Bounce Back, The Fitness Journey? Talk to us about that.
Okay. For so long, so many people who come to my class would always have complaints about, I have a knee issue, or I have this, or I have that. And I would sit down and tell them, let me tell you my story.
Right.
And I would tell them all of the things that have happened to me. The wrist surgery, the heart murmur, the thyroid issues, the knee surgery, everything that has happened to me.
Right.
And it was like, you need to write that down. It's like, you know what? You're absolutely right. I do.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I went home that day and started making an outline of everything that has happened to me from my very first weight loss journey when I was in college, when I realized I had an eating problem. Yeah. Sweets. I'm a sugarholic.
Yes, ma'am.
To the 10th degree. Yeah.
That's me.
And so I just started writing and writing and writing. Then I went out and had knee surgery. It's like, well, this is a good time to finish writing.
Right.
Because I had sat on it for a few years.
Right.
So I went back and started filling in stuff. And by the time I got to where I was at that time, a whole book was written.
Wow.
And I could not believe the things that had happened to me, because when you're going through this stuff, the main thing I try to do is find a way to get out of it, to get back to where I was.
Right.
I don't ever look back to dwell on the past.
Right.
Because anyway, a way to make progress is to look towards the future.
Right.
To see where you want to be and make a plan to get there.
Right.
So that was the reasoning behind writing the book. And then to motivate people my age, because a lot of people, by the time they turn 40, oh, well, they give up. I guess I'm just going to be like this. They settle.
Yes.
And that's no way to be. If you want to continue to strive and be your best in your best health, you need to get up and do something about it, because it's always somebody watching. And see, I didn't realize that, because so many people say, you're the jump rope lady. You're the jump rope lady. I'm just doing what I love to do. I love to do it. So that's what I do.
Right.
And enjoy doing it. And I invite so many people to come to the class. When I started the boxing hit class, which it kind of got thrown on me at one of the gyms, like, we want you to teach boxing. I'm like, I don't know anything about boxing.
Right.
They say, well, it's aerobics boxing. So I started incorporating other things and made it my own. Well, I have a class full of guys.
Really?
Yes. And over the years, out of the 2 years, I think it was a year and a half, 2 years, about 5 of them lost about 40 pounds. All of them lost weight. They've gotten really muscular because we do a lot of calisthenic exercises in there, all to the beat of music. Right. So the whole class is fun. But they don't realize they're working so hard because, like I tell them, I said, when you go to the club and dance, you don't realize you're tired till you get ready to go home.
Yeah.
So this is the same thing.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. I'm really thinking about that boxing class. Because I want to strengthen I have no upper body strength. I just don't.
And a lot of times, I was talking to one of my friends today. She was like, I need you to help me. I was like, a lot of women is misunderstood. Well, don't understand the concept of toning.
Yes.
When you tone, you got to build muscle. In order to build muscle, you got to eat. You got to eat enough of the right stuff to keep the muscles burning in order to burn the fat away. When I tell people I eat 6 times a day, you eat 6? Yes, I eat 6 times a day.
See, for me, I think because especially, you know, in doing my other job, what I do, it's like sometimes I don't eat till 4 o'clock.
And see, that's the thing. A lot of people say, well, I only ate 1 meal. Well, when you don't eat, your body goes into starvation mode and it holds on to everything. Nothing. It holds on to everything. It doesn't release a thing.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So I need to start eating
something.
The right stuff.
The
6
right
times
stuff.
a day.
Right. The right stuff 6 times. And it's not 6 full meals. It's 6 necessary meals. You got to think about it. I got to eat to live.
Yes.
Not live to eat.
Right. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And you know, and it's not all perfect. I have downfalls too. Like for instance, Thanksgiving. I made a mistake and tasted a small piece of cake.
Look, I saw that on Facebook where you had Pookie on there.
Man, that small piece of cake turned to about 4 slices of cake.
Wow.
And I just had to say, okay, stop. Just stop. Yeah, because I know prior to this, I remember the time when I would used to eat sweets and I would be binging for 2 weeks straight. 2 weeks straight till I finally stopped. So I had to, it's a mental game.
Right.
You have to have it here and you got to have it here. You got to really want it.
Definitely.
Because so many people can't make you do it. You have to want to do it.
Right. And then somebody can motivate you to continue.
Right.
But you got to
surround yourself with people that motivate you. When you go to the gym, don't find a partner to go with the gym because the minute they stop going, you're going to stop going.
Right.
Unless you find someone just as motivated as you are about going.
Right. Awesome. Now, I was looking on your website and I saw where your husband teaches something, right? Is that right? Or maybe it's older.
No, he sometimes jump ropes with the heavy ropes. At times with the weighted ropes.
Okay. Yeah, so, that's what I remember seeing that.
Sometimes he'll do a little bit of instruction.
And then your son, he
Joshua.
does what does Joshua do? Does he do the
Joshua
kids?
Just makes appearances in people's videos.
He's just making appearances.
He actually started jumping rope when I started jumping.
Awesome.
So he jumps very well. He just jumps when he gets ready to sometimes. But he's an athlete. He plays baseball. He's been playing since he was 3.
Oh, awesome.
He plays basketball as well, and he's in the band. So, yeah, all my kids, I made sure that they were doing something. My middle child played baseball and in the band. And my daughter played baseball, and she was in Montage, a dance group that learned step, tap, and hip-hop dancing.
Awesome. Something to keep them
keep them busy,
keep them exercising so in whatever way.
Keep that idle mind away.
Oh yes,
right.
Yes. My boys found cheer, and cheer. So being from the country, like we're from the country, when boys are cheerleaders, of course, older people think. You know what they think. I don't even have to say it. You know what they think. Right. But my boys, both of them flipped their way into free college. You know? I mean, come on. This is cheer, but it pays
it's more
for
like
their
gymnastics.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
So it's been awesome to keep. But it kept, when they weren't at home, I knew where they were. I didn't have to wonder where these boys are, what they are doing. I knew they were at that gym. They were flipping and doing whatever else, but I knew where they were, so it kept my mind free and clear. Yes, ma'am. All right, y'all. Look, we're going to take another short break, and we will be right back with more Woman to Woman with Joanne.
Pink Leopard is an online ladies fashion accessories boutique and a lifestyle brand.
At Pink Leopard, you will find ladies' earrings, a door opener, bracelets, brooches, and many other fashion accessories. Visit us at www.mypinkleopard.com and join our mailing list so you can stay in touch with us. That's www.mypinkleopard.com.
All right, you guys, we're still here with the lovely Miss Valerie Grace, and we're talking about being fit and exercising and all of this stuff, and I'm so excited it's getting me motivated. I hope I can keep this motivation going. I'm going to try to come to that boxing class tonight. I really just want to see. Okay. See if I can ease in there and beginner. Right, you have beginning. Beginners classes, right?
Like I tell everybody, just come in there and you begin with us. Begin. It's okay if you stop. That's fine. Because I don't expect new people. And sometimes I even expect the older people to hang, because I make it a little difficult on purpose, because you need a goal to work towards. Right. So, but don't get discouraged. You just come on.
Awesome. Okay. So now I see that you are really, really busy.
Yes.
So I do see that outside of Bounce Back Jumping, you have another company called VR Grace Designs. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Okay. VR Grace Designs has been around a long time. Prior to all the exercising, I was a seamstress.
Seamstress.
Yes.
Awesome.
On the side. And I sewed children's clothes and adult clothes and lingerie and bedding until I ran out of stuff to sew. So my youngest, Joshua, when he was about 3 years old, my husband, they used to wear bow ties all the time. And he's like, Mom, I want a bow tie. So I went on a quest to make him a bow tie. And I did. Well, that one bow tie turned into a bow tie company. So VR Grace Designs, we specialize in custom made bow ties that you can't find anywhere else, because we have a few connections with textile companies. So we get different fabrics made and stuff. And just, we sell bow ties too on the side.
Awesome.
And I make those too on the side. So.
Wonderful. I would love to see some bow ties, get my sons to put on a bow tie.
www.vrgracedesigns.com.
Awesome. Awesome. We're going to get that again towards the end. Okay. Now, again, like I said, I see you're doing so much. You're doing a lot of stuff. Talk to us about Saved by Grace. Okay. First, tell us where that name came from. What was the motivation behind that? And then tell us what Saved by Grace is.
Okay. The motivation behind the name, Saved by Grace started out as going to be natural hair and body products. Because I had cut my hair off again. It's always been natural. I cut it off again.
It looks good. I love that cut.
I got it recut about a month ago. And so it's hard to find different things for natural hair that works.
Right.
It's so many different things. My hair actually was like 3 different textures. So it was hard for me to find. So I was watching a YouTube video one day. I was like, I'm going to make my own stuff. And so I went on a quest for that. But then I quickly realized you got so many hair textures that it's almost difficult to find one product that'll fit everything.
Right.
Some of the people that I had trialing this stuff for me, she said, well, Val, it works really good on my skin. I said, well, you know what? We can do butters too, because it's shea butter and a bunch of natural oils. So it ended up being body butters and body creams.
Right.
So we're still in trial now. We do have some for sale that we are selling.
Okay.
Some of the butters. We have a few fragrances, but we're adding more fragrances to the thing. So and it's still really, really new.
Right.
And Saved by Grace, the name was, the Graces is going to save your hair. That's what it started out first. And then now we're going to save your skin.
Save your skin.
Yeah. From the elements and stuff. So yeah.
That's what I was going to say, because the biggest organ on our body, right, is our skin. And so many things get in through our skin.
Right.
We put so many things on our skin that are toxic that we don't even realize. So, you know, putting good stuff in our mouths to go on the inside, you know, that's good. But we do want to watch what we're putting on our skin on the outside as well.
And another thing, when we were growing up, my mom would always put olive oil on us. And for a long time, I did not know you were supposed to cook with it. I'm serious. Because, I'm not joking. She used to put it on us all the time, and it had your skin such a natural glow.
Wow.
And it does not feel oily because it soaks right in. It's a carrier oil, so it soaks right in.
Awesome.
So from her doing that when we were younger, our skin is just, it's not calling itself beautiful, but the skin is smooth and soft, and it doesn't have a blemish on it anywhere. I was like, okay.
Just from olive oil.
From olive oil.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, I did not know that.
I always use Vaseline. Maybe I can try some olive oil.
But you got to put it on there while you're still moist now.
Yes.
And then it'll roll right off.
Be slick. All right, Miss Valerie, talk to us. Tell us about some of the other classes that you teach. I'm really interested in this boxing class.
Okay.
But talk to us about some of the other classes that you teach.
Okay. The boxing hit class is a mixture of aerobic boxing, calisthenics, and we also throw a little bit of jump rope in there because it's whatever you need to do to get ready to box. So most boxers do jump rope.
Yes.
And so we do a little bit of jump rope.
Anyway.
And you need the upper body strength. So we do push-ups and sit-ups. And we do squats and lunges. And a little bit of, it's never the same. The boxing remains the same, but everything else changes from week to week. But it's all basically working the same parts. The next class I teach on the Thursday is a step aerobics class. But it's not your basic step aerobics class, of course, because I'm teaching it.
Right.
And I decided to teach step aerobics class because, step aerobics. I tried to go to one years ago, and I went in there, and they were all over the place, and nobody told me what to do. So I got lost and discouraged, and I left.
Right.
So I said, when I get ready to teach a step aerobics class, I'm going to go over the steps, beginning of the class.
Right.
We're going to keep it beginner, just different steps of beginner. And I'm going to put it up on a board so they can repeat those over and over again to the beat of music. Awesome. We're going to stop after each song, and it's going to be up-to-date songs that they used to doing.
Right.
And that's how we do it. We have weights, too. We do a couple of songs with weights.
Right.
And we do squats on the step. So we do a lot of different things.
Awesome.
So it's a different step aerobics class.
Yeah.
I do teach a jump rope class at the YMCA on Saturday mornings.
Okay. Which YMCA?
The one in Clinton.
Okay.
And it's at 8 o'clock. But right now they're not letting any new people in because of the virus that's going on.
Right.
And that's all for now that I teach in 3 classes.
Right.
I was teaching 8 before Corona came because I was teaching accelerated hit classes too as well.
Accelerated hit classes.
At Crunch Fitness.
What does that mean?
Okay, it's like 10, I think it's 10 different stations. Each one of the stations, you started doing the exercise for 20 minutes, or is it 10? I can't quite remember because it's been since early this year. 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds with 10 seconds break in between. Then you move to the next station. It's nonstop. 20, 30, 40. To the next station, 20, 30, till you get through 10 stations. After you finish the 10 stations, then you have 5 minutes of just random exercise. They usually jump rope for 5 minutes after that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to start with the beginner class.
Yeah. Accelerated hit. Yeah, it's something. Yeah.
Yes, I love your energy. I love your enthusiasm. And,
thank you.
And again, I saw your videos and I was like, look at her jumping. Will you tell the people your wonderful age? And it's just going to put me to shame, but tell them your age.
Yes. On Saturday, this past Saturday, November the 28th, I turned 54.
54.
54 years old.
So I have no excuse to not get myself up and go exercise, no matter this bad knee that crunches.
Well, I had knee surgery.
Yes.
I had that was from excessive sumo squats. And I remember the day it happened. I had a jump rope class that morning. Well, earlier that evening. And then I had a second class right after that, another gym. And I got over there and I told her, I said, my knee is so I'm tired. She said, well, could you just show me just one time? And I did. And when I came down on that knee, I went straight to the floor. Oh. It hurt so bad. I just broke out in a sweat. I got hot all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And she said, oh, we still having class? I was like, yeah, go get me a chair. And so
I did
because you're not going to get out of that quick.
Yeah.
So they put me in a chair and I told them what to do. And it took all I could to get in the car. I couldn't hardly move this leg. And it stayed swollen for 2 days and I finally went. And that's what it was, a complex medial meniscus tear.
Wow.
So they said, first they said it was just a sprain from the x-ray. And they put me on anti-inflammatories. That lasted for 3 or 4 days. It's like, there's nothing, no, it's not getting any better. So they ended up doing an MRI, and that's when they found that. And he said, well, you need surgery. I was like, well, can we try physical therapy like we did the other knee? He said, we can try it, but it's not going to help. So I tried it anyway, and it didn't help.
Yeah.
So then he did the cortisone shot. That made it worse. I went back on a cane. Yeah. And then after that, 4 months later, we did surgery.
Right. And you jump into the beat.
Through extensive physical therapy and sheer will power.
Yes.
Because the lady at the physical therapy place, she said, where are you trying to get back to? I said, where I was before this happened.
Right. Exactly.
And so she said, okay. And that's what she did. I mean,
she got you there.
Yeah, they got me there. They
Miss
did.
Valerie, this has been a wonderful, wonderful conversation, and you will be seeing and hearing from me soon.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Will you tell the people where they can first get your book?
Okay.
And then you can give them your website as far as Saved by Grace and VR Grace Designs, and also tell them how they can get to some of your classes that you're having.
Okay. This is Bounce Back Jumping, a fitness journey. You can find it at www.bouncebackjumping.com, or you can give me a call at 601-850-1217.
Awesome.
Okay. VR Grace Designs, www.vrgracedesigns.com. And the selection of bow ties are on there. I think it's 7 or 8 different pages. Just respond back to there. Saved by Grace is still really, really new. I don't have a website yet. But if you're interested, I'm on Facebook under, you can message me under Bounce Back Jumping on Facebook and Instagram, or under VR Grace Designs on Facebook and Instagram. Or you can message me on my personal page, which is Valerie R Martin Grace.
Awesome.
On Facebook.
Awesome.
I think that's it.
Well, tell them how they can get your classes, where to come to and what days and times and all that, or if they can find that on your website as well.
Under Bounce Back Jumping, the days and times for the classes are on there. Some of them because the virus, some of them hadn't started back yet. But the ones that have started back are on Wednesday nights at 6:15 at Quest Fitness, which is right off 220, right across from the New Hope Church, the big church.
Yes.
It's right there, and it has a grill, a restaurant in the gym.
I've been there.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll be smelling chicken and everything else when you're trying to exercise.
While you're trying to exercise.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. It's this willpower. You gotta have willpower.
Yes.
Okay. And then Thursday it's at the same gym, the step aerobics class, and it's at 6:15 as well.
Okay.
The jump rope class is Saturday morning at the YMCA in Clinton at 8 a.m.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Miss Valerie, for coming and gracing us with your beautiful presence.
You're welcome so much, and thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. My pleasure. All right, you guys, thank y'all so much for joining us for another episode of Woman to Woman with Joanne, the talk show. Love y'all so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
If you would like to be a guest on the show, or if you'd like to sponsor an episode, please reach out to us. You can email us at joanne@womantowomanwithjoanne.com.